see towns like Paradise rebuilding, but with the dozens of recent wildfires ravaging California, mass power outages across the state, some blaming the politicians, others blaming the big power companies. Many want to know who's holding those companies accountable. I want to bring in my next guest, Consumer Watchdog President Jamie Court. Jamie, your thoughts on that? For example, PG&E. Are they doing enough?
Well, look, you know, the Camp Fire was caused by a 100-year-old transmission tower that should have been replaced after 75 years, and that was PG&E's fault, and it's acknowledged it. They have not modernized their equipment. They haven't cleared enough vegetation, and the reason we had 3 million people who had to have their lights turned out in 2 batches nearly a week last week was because PG&E didn't invest for a decade, maybe more, in what it should have invested in to keep people safe when they turn the power on. So no, PG&E is a convicted felon 6 times over, and there's a lot of people talking now in Northern California about what we need to do as an alternative to PG&E, and that, I think, means a public municipal takeover of many of these transmission assets and breaking this company up.
All right, well, let me ask you, there is a case to be made for the fact that liability, it doesn't just fall on PG&E's shoulders completely. Part of it also has to do with the environment. Some people will say that denial of climate change is the problem. Winds, extremely brittle tree limbs, for example, as a result of droughts and not enough rain. Your thoughts on sort of the bigger picture here and what's happening in the state?
Well, there are 2 issues. Look, it is hotter, it is drier, it is more humid. Fires are prone to spread. They're prone to start. The Brentwood fire we had now, there was a eucalyptus branch that fell on a power line. Unavoidable. But Camp Fire was not unavoidable. Camp Fire was started because a company didn't modernize equipment. The Butte Fire was not unavoidable. PG&E again. San Bruno, where we had an explosion because PG&E didn't invest in pipes. This is a company that's literally has a consent decree against it because it's been convicted 6 times of a felony. It's twice gone into bankruptcy. It's in its bankruptcy for a 2nd time. There's not another utility in America that's gone in bankruptcy twice. So this is the worst of any corporation in America because it's never invested in safety. It's been criminally convicted time and again. So how do we stop the man-made fires? That's a far different question, and that goes to whether, when you have a municipal utility, when you have public accountability and elected leaders in city council members, in mayors, can you do better? And I think you can if you look at the places in California where fires are broken out.
It's a great question, Jamie, and just we're running out of time, so real quick on this, but a lot of people pointing the finger at Governor Gavin Newsom, saying he should be doing more.
Well, I'll tell you, the governor done a lot more than the last governor. And he is now saying, look, everything's on the table. If PG&E doesn't get out of bankruptcy and find a way to deal with its safety problems and take care of the wildfire victims, then he is going to look towards a potential public takeover. I think he's got to be serious about that. It can't be talk. But I'll tell you, compared to Governor Brown, who for 8 years let PG&E not upgrade its grid, not invest in fire safety, we had a series of public utility commissioners in the pocket of PG&E, and Governor Brown abated and abetted them. Governor Newsom's got a big problem, and so far anyway, he's doing the right thing by talking tough, but giving him a chance to fix some of the modernization problems. Ultimately, I think we have to go elsewhere and do this public breakup, and I hope the governor will be here when we do that.
Jamie, great to see you tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you.